Hello, everyone. Again, this is Antonio. I just did a full video, 24-minute video about Shanquella Robinson. And unfortunately, that video didn't do so well because I didn't have any sound. And I apologize. So, in that aspect, I'm going to redo the video, the full video about Shanquella, because to me, it's an important video to get going on this platform. So, without further ado, let's dive into the commentary about Shanquella and why is it so important for us to cover this story. Imagine you get a trip with people that you called friends, and you go on that trip. These people that you call friends do not make it back home. Not only do you make it back home, your loved ones never get a chance to see you again. So, from that aspect, let's talk about what's going on and why was this case initially treated as just an injury and not a homicide. And we're going to showcase the people that's involved, the so-called friends. We're going to put them on display as well. So, among the mountain questions about the recent death of a young black woman in Mexico are who the people were that she traveled with and why those so-called friends allowed her to be beaten while at least one other person stood by to record the fight video. All right, so let's make sure we got sound this time because last time I did a whole video with no sound. All right, Shanquella Robinson died less than 24 hours after she and as many as 6 friends arrived at Cabo late last month, according to reports. And while the death of the 25-year-old is indeed tragic, it was how she died that was generating an outsized amount of commentary on social media. All right, everyone go snitch to his daddy that he's a killer. All right, so that's the tone of how people feel, and that is the individual Khalil Cook. They got it full fledged on display. They're saying he work at Foot Locker. He's from Winston. He studied at Winston-Salem State University. They even got where he went to high school. So these people are not playing games. They got them on display, and they mean business about what's going on. All right. So a video purportedly shows Robinson being brutally beaten by another woman in a Parrot hotel room with a view seen from a balcony. The woman in the video identified as Robinson is not shown defending herself in the one-sided fight. The brief clip shows the woman identified as Robinson being punched in the head and face multiple times and thrown on the floor before more blows were rained down on her. Now, from what I saw, I heard a person in the background saying, Quilla, you're not going to defend yourself. As a man, how could you sit by and see another person get brutally? So it seemed like this whole thing was premeditated in the whole aspect anyways. How did you know to pull out your phone, and why would you showcase a person that was disrobed getting beat like that? Come on now, us as humans, we got to grow up. That's distasteful and disrespectful. For them to beat that girl like that and tell her to fight is just disgusting. Just broke my heart. This is why I put my phone down for days at a time. Tears. That's from K. Michelle. All right. So this is from the Central Psychic. Was murdered by Dejanae Jackson and her friends. Just watch. How can anyone just watch their friend who is naked and drunk be beaten so badly she's killed? She even said she couldn't fight back. And we're going to blow this picture up. We're going to showcase these people. Y'all want to film her? So now let the film be filmed. During the fight, a man's voice can be heard imploring the woman identified as Robinson, telling Quilla to at least fight back. Justice from Shanquella Robinson. Watch who you call friends. A snippet of what truly happened in Mexico. FIH, alcohol poisoning my A. So I don't believe it was alcohol poisoning. Of course, I cannot play that video on YouTube. If it's Twitter, you can showcase the video, but you cannot do that on YouTube. That's the quickest way to get yourself banned. All right, so these are the so-called friends. It was supposedly 4 ladies, including Shanquella Robinson, and 3 guys. This gentleman said, and he got timestamped that he came at a later date. So he has that showcase as well, that he came at a later date. Here, this guy, but one of these 2 guys here were the filmers. And I gotta say, y'all gotta be some of the softest dudes ever to sit back and film and showcase a person getting beat. Now, let me repeat myself. I did this video just now. I didn't have any sound. So I understand everybody who left. I had to redo this video because it's so important to get this commentary out there. So now, initially, this was treated as a case of, it was treated as a case where it was not investigated for murder. It was actually, they left her there. They left her in the room initially. So now here comes the FBI. Shanquella Robinson's brutal murder in Mexico is being investigated by the FBI. Now, here's where things turns better for the family, and the heat gets turned on the villains. Her friends are now, in my perspective, the villains. This morning, your girl Ming posted on Twitter, also thanks to social media, the case of Shanquella Robinson has been escalated to FBI investigation. What was supposed to be a fun vacation in Mexico quickly turned into a nightmare. In October, Shanquella Robinson was brutally beaten by her travel companions, which resulted in her death. These events were captured on camera. Robinson was only 25. The case continues to inspire horror and disgust, calling for those responsible to face justice. Now it may be finally on the way. So all these people thought they was getting back to their normal life, that goes away. Your normal life is no more. I mean, nobody showed a degree of compassion. We're prompted FBI investigation. According to BET, the federal law enforcement agency has reportedly intervened on behalf of the deceased woman's parents, Salamandra and Bernard Robinson. They reported her death after Mexican authorities suggested there were no foul play. Complex reported Robinson's funeral is scheduled for this coming weekend in Charlotte. Her father said, "All I've been doing is just crying, trying to figure out what happened. I can't even be a grandfather, can't even walk her down the aisle. She's gone." Oh, that breaks my heart so much. As a father of a daughter, I have one daughter myself, and a father of a daughter. I do have a son, but a father of a daughter, it hits you here, right? That's the way I feel. Twitter users particularly horrified. Crystal Clear Destiny tweeted, "I'm glad to hear. Good job to everyone who pushed this story. Help this family get justice for their daughter." Shy Willa said, "One day we gonna really recognize our power." A third person said, "I saw people say her family asked her video to be shared. Despite how sad and hurtful of a decision this must have been to make, because they hope social media could help them get answers and get action." And it worked. So let me say this. This is like an Emmett Till moment. Emmett Till was killed by some racist KKK members. But in this aspect, Shanquella was killed by her own kind. And that's what makes this even sadder. So in a sense, it's like the Emmett Till situation. But in a sense, you killed by your own people. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business or wit at hand. Robinson died horribly. The hairstylist was in Kabul to celebrate a friend's birthday. She was dead a day into the trip, not due to alcohol poisoning, as her so-called friends told her parents. The autopsy report revealed that a broken neck and spinal cord injuries were the cause of death. So you knew that this young lady could not defend herself. You knew that she may have been intoxicated, but you took it upon yourself to why you didn't do this in North Carolina? Why you waited until you go to a different country? What y'all don't know is if the FBI is involved and you do found that it's murder, they're going to extradite you back to Mexico. And what you don't want to do is do a life sentence in Mexico, all because you felt that a person talked too much. Get out of here. According to Revolt, her travel companions reportedly left her body in their vacation rental and returned home to the States. The video of her last moments went viral. Revolt reported a video surfaced online of what appears to be cell phone footage of Shanquella naked, being brutally beaten by one of her friends in a bedroom of their vacation rental in Mexico. At least two other people was present during that altercation, but when one heard her telling her fight back. So let's make sure that I'm still the volume is still going because of before. And remember, we want to showcase these people here as the accomplices. All but this guy. I'm not justifying him, but we're going to play his commentary where his timestamp clearly shows that he was not there the day of. He actually came a day later. So we're going to display that commentary as well because we want to make sure that we put everything on display. So here is here. Let's go here. Well, we already talked about who the friends was, so let's skip there and let's go here. We're going to put on display him talking on his own. I hope that you can hear everything. Well, let me log in again. But when we get into we're going to display what he's talking about. He's going to talk about the aspects of what's going on with him and the actual case. So let's play this.
Texas at 10. So what
let me pause this and I'm gonna be very opinionated right now. Why do people period always have to go with drugs? When we get into any situation, we got to rely on alcohol. I had a bad day. I need alcohol. I had a bad day. I need some weed. I need some Xanax. I need this. Get out of here. You don't need all of that. But let's go.
6 to 9. Anyway, I got on my flight to Cabo at 11 o'clock. As y'all seen in the post before this, it take 3 hours to get to Cabo. Meanwhile, all this stuff happened on Friday. I don't know nothing of it, don't know nothing about it, don't know why it happened. Boom. So I'm thinking I'm gonna turn up. My birthday was the last week, October 22nd. Y'all can see that because I've been on my page. So I'm like, let me extend my birthday and I'm gonna go to this trip. Because I got asked to go on the trip in June, but I didn't reply because I didn't know what I was doing for my birthday since the next birthday was the next week after mine. So where I was at? Oh, yes, I left on Saturday. The trip was from Friday to Monday, October 28th, 29th, 30th. I had a layover. And
let's read this one comment. Nah, y'all sound so calm. You're not crying. It's no emotion, nothing. This is sick. I gotta agree.
31st going home. Didn't even make it there. So I get off my flight around like 2:16 Mexico time. I guess we 2 hours ahead. 2:16 p.m. I make a phone call. To everybody who were there. Like I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Kula wasn't feeling good. They told me that Kula was sick and she was showing signs of alcohol poisoning. And they got that because one of their friends told them that they were seeing signs. So she was showing symptoms alcohol poisoning. But I didn't know it was a fight. Hold on. I got my
Presidents put their hands on Bibles too. That doesn't mean I believe everything they say when they get sworn in. Judges put their hands on Bibles. I don't believe the judge all the time. You know, whatever. I'm gonna say I'm listening to your story, and I gotta go with this guy, Big Johnny. I want to say that that's what it says. Y'all are too calm for this story. Way too calm.
Bible. And I'm gonna put this blunt down. Cause I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie on that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not saving nobody's ass. I'm not protecting my ass. I'm just coming here to keep it real, cause y'all in my DMs going crazy and all this posting my address and stuff like that.
All right, so I don't agree with posting somebody's address, but people when people out for vengeance, all they know is that you was a person there. So everybody in their opinion are going to be guilty by association, and that's the way people are going to feel about it. So let's listen to this last clip.
But it's not going to be pretty. But when I got there, it took us an hour. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because it was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But that I had a layover and that was
Okay, so the video got cut off. He said that a nurse did come and checked out Quilla. So my question is, when the nurse came, a nurse checked out, was she moving, was she motion? It seemed like she probably still could have been saved if it was some more actions taking place. I think everybody was in a motion to cover their behind, and nobody did anything about it, because at the aspect, you got to realize that she was actually left in that hotel room, and everybody returned to the natural order of things of their life. And this is this gentleman showcasing the timestamps. He trying to cover his name. You trying to ruin my name and character on some real sweet foul s post this. But lastly, let's just read something that's coming from directly. And this is just to touch on lastly of what we just discussed. Mexican authorities confirmed to WBTV News on Thursday that they are now investigating the death of Charlotte woman Shanquella Robinson as a homicide. So all 5 of these people who left her body in that hotel, you better go get your authorities, because that's what you're going to need. The parents of Robinson, 25, were initially told that she had gotten sick with alcohol poisoning while on a trip with friends in Cabo, Mexico on October 28th. Is a story that WBTV first reported on Friday, November 11th. The mystery surrounding her death has gained national attention. All right. So according to the state general attorney's office of Baja California shore, Robinson was found dead in the Funda Doors Beach Club in San Joe del Cabo on October 29th. Agents of the AEI, State Investigation Criminal Agency, began a crime scene investigating at the time. Despite the alleged reports, her death certificate from Mexico suggests a different story, saying Robinson died due to a severe spinal cord injury. But how did she get that spinal cord injury? Did she give it to herself? According to her family, a recent video making the rounds on the internet and social media allegedly shows Robinson being beaten inside a hotel room. Thursday, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, told WBTV they've been waiting for an investigation. It feels good. My stomach doesn't feel so empty. Feels like we getting somewhere. As Shanquella's story continued to be shared across social media, Salamandra Robinson said strangers have reached out to her family. I thank them. I thank them. You know, I really do. I really appreciate it, she said. And the family do have a GoFundMe account. So now that this story has made the rounds, let's go ahead and our Team Tiggio rather is definitely going to be a platform that's going to follow up with this, and we're going to keep the spotlight on this story. So this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.